Guys, my name is Noah, and for the purpose of this video, I am someone who has a propensity to be anxious. Whether it's mentally or physically, I've got the tightness in my chest pretty naturally, my bowels can get upset pretty easily, and thought spirals can happen pretty organically for me. I don't have to try hard to feel anxious, and we are living in anxious times. And so in this video, I kind of just want to talk a little bit about how I'm trying to relax and stay calm, and why, despite the fact that I'm an anxious person who struggles to relax. One thing I do to relax every single day is I gratitude journal in the morning, writing down things I'm grateful for, thankful for, and also in the evening reflecting on good parts of my day. I think this is incredibly useful because in a climate where scanning the world for negative takes 2 seconds, I need to focus on what I'm grateful for and what's still going extremely well in my life. Another thing I do every single morning is I read a daily reflection. So I read a positive affirmation, a positive reflection. I've got a self-esteem book and a 12-step book, and I read them and I process them and I think about them, and I make sure I do that first thing when I wake up. I tend to wake up like, bling, this world is scary right now. I immediately go to my gratitude and my reflection. I take some deep breaths, I process it. Something I do for me to help me relax as well is to start the day off not with news, not with social media, but with like a lighthearted show. When I'm in that impressionable state of the early mornings, I watch something easy, light, and I go from there. Another thing I have to do to relax is commit to meditation. And I'm not particularly good at meditation, but I commit to that shit hard, because that is a physical act of relaxing, right? Getting outside of the endless thought spiral, bringing it back to my breath, the sounds, touch, and the fact that I know that sort of thing is good for me, and I have to focus on that. One of the places I like to meditate, and I've mentioned this before, but maybe you should try it, is in the shower. I feel that having the noise and the heat in that environment, particularly if you can lower the light a little bit, is a really good space to do it. I'm one of those people that needs guided meditations, and I fight this. I don't know why it's so hard to do nothing, but I've got more nothing time on my hands than I used to. And I need help processing and dealing with it. I need to force myself to relax. I try to remember my why. It's like, oh yeah, I don't want to get sick. My chest is always tight because I'm freaking the fuck out right now, just like everybody is to a degree. Guided meditation, it's got to be one of those things for me. Another thing I know I need to do is I need to burn up my physical manifestation of my anxiety. And how do I burn that up? I get some exercise in. And for me, that means CrossFit and doing at-home workouts and garage workouts. I bet you could find online a million body weight workouts that you could do to get a little sweat moving, right? But for you, I don't know what that will mean, but something will work for you with where you're at. And if you're an anxious soul like I am, you shouldn't be leaving anything on the table that's so easily within your control. Whether that's something as simple as like marching in place, or doing a few push-ups, or going for a walk 6 feet apart from someone, hopefully. Another thing I'm doing to force myself to relax is to cut my food intake off 2 to 3 hours before bed, so that I can, basically everything I'm doing, I try to link it to my why, which is to stay healthy and stay well and help others stay healthy and stay well. I'm cutting my food off a little bit earlier as well. Give my body a chance to digest when I'm sleeping. I'm focused on sleeping, making sure I'm getting good quality sleep. And maybe the last thing I'll say with how I force myself to relax, and this one really is huge, is it makes sense, but I see what I can do for others, even in small ways. I see what I can do for others. Myself, I'm trying to put people on prayer lists and pray for them and think about them and put energy out there for them, because I have such a nature to think of myself, and I get so lost in my own fear and my own thoughts that if I can force myself in a pragmatic way to think about someone else, whether it be a phone call, an email, or whatever, I think about myself less. And when I'm thinking about myself less, I find that I'm able to find more relief. I've had to create structure in a time where I'm left more to my own devices. And I think having that structure, even amidst quarantine, it's helping me to relax, to have a formal game plan and to execute these things to the best of my ability on a day-by-day basis. So I just hope that was of some use to you. I hope you know that I'm not sitting here pumped up and brave and crazy enthusiastic. I'm pretty scared, pretty overwhelmed. It's just like a lot of us, if not all of us. Early in sobriety, there's a lot of stuff stacked against us, and I need structure, and I need to trust, and I need to know why I'm doing these things. And maybe that's something we can all do. Maybe write down what we need to do and why we should, and connect that why to ourselves. So anyway, I'm going to try to make as many videos as I possibly can. If you have video ideas, please put them in the comments below. Know that I'm thinking about you, I care about you, and I really want us all to get through this as safely as possible, and keep our mental health and our physical health as intact as possible. These are weird-ass times. They really are. And I appreciate you guys. And if you have suggestions for me and you have tips on how to relax and what I can do and what we as a community can do to get through this and to stay healthy, please let me know. Please share it. I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry to learn. My name is Noah. We'll see you guys in the next video.